Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Wolf, and I'm casting a game between Waveshocker, the red Protoss, versus his opponent Totem, the blue Terran. It's been a little while since I casted anything. Just been busy with stuff, you know, the Fallout D&D I've been working on, that, and what was the other thing? Gotta clean up the place today. It's getting dirty. And there was something else that I felt was important. Oh yeah, now I remember. I don't think I've been gaming enough, to tell you guys the truth. I haven't been playing enough games, so it's kind of sucking. So I've kind of cut back a little bit on the casting and on the Fallout thing I've been working on. Cutting back on both those things. Control Shift F. On both those things, because I want to try to game some more. It just seems like I've been really neglecting my roots, my NES roots. So what is it? I'm thinking about getting into two games quite a bit. One of them is Call of Duty Black Ops, because I've always really loved playing Call of Duty with my friends. The second one would be StarCraft 2. As you guys may know, StarCraft 2 is a pretty cool guy. He built pylons and assimilators. And let's get that production tab up. I should probably get myself in a diamond, because I haven't been playing enough games, so I will definitely be cutting back on my replays. If you send me a replay pack, I may only cast like one of them, because I really need to start playing more. It's not good where I'm at right now. Did I get a message? Somebody must have got online. Poor probe just died, so good place to end that right there. Got a rocks going down from Mr. Blue Totem. Still pretty standard-ish opening here. I think, yeah, that's definitely... Waveshocker focused too much on his initial probe. You guys can see a build of minerals right there. And then he's trying to kill this one SCV, so he put himself behind pretty significantly by doing that. He's also putting his pylon up here for what could probably be a wall off. It's not a guaranteed wall off. It's just against Terran, it's usually best to build it as close to your base as possible. It can help protect you from things like Hellions. Yeah, so he's walling off, and that's a really bad idea to do that against Terran, because all their units are ranged except for SCVs. 16 supply depot. Totem knows what he knows what he is doing at the beginning of the game. But putting down two gateways first, so actually seeing some differences in this Protoss play. At this point in the game, I could see it not being too much of a difference. Just his warp gate tech will be delayed. As long as he gets a pretty good zealot force going, he could actually not to just promote my own build. If he just did the build I like to do against Terran, if I played more, which I'll be trying to do. It's hard to devote time and energy to StarCraft. It's not a game you can just pick up and play like Call of Duty. If he was doing the build I like to do against Terran, the +1 armor charge lot build, then it would be probably about the same. His tech would be a little bit delayed. He'd have more zealots. Checking that out, he does see two gates first, so this should, if this was executed properly, Totem should be like red flag. This means zealot pressure. If you have two gates come before cybernetics, that's gateway pressure. Of course, at this time in the game, sorry, at this time in the game, it would be, it's kind of late, and so he might recognize that. Of course, it's just, if you see two gateways and a cyber core finishing, you should be wary about zealot pressure. Looks like he is. He's putting down a bunker, or he just always puts down a bunker. Who cares? And we do have 3 racks going down. I'm almost certain that this one will have a reactor. Call me crazy. Go to the warp gates, getting that nerf a long time ago. 140 seconds. I was about to say 180. I'm a wrong child. And we got 2 more warp gates going down. So let's see how long. Yeah. They're definitely going to see some 4-gate going on here by the Protoss player. Kind of dangerous against Terran to do that. I don't think his scouting is very good. There's not a lot he can do about scouting either. He's going 4-gate. You can always get hallucination if you're going 4-gate, but of course it takes a long time to get hallucination. A lot less than it used to. 80 versus 111. But that's probably one of the best ways for 4-gate to scout somebody, or a 3-gate variant of that. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see a 4-gate aggression into an expansion, or something similar like that. The 4-gate large army for defense, because I think these players are probably about gold level or platinum, low platinum, like my level. Actually, after this game is done, I'll probably play one game, and I'll Maybe I'll cast it. I'll cast it if I win, because I only cast games I win. Except for when they're live, because I only lose live games. Moving out with this little army of marauders and marines going across the map. Good army composition at this point in the game, especially because he was delayed a bit. Probably want to chrono boost that. Warp gate tech a little bit ago. If he wasn't, he might have been. It's definitely feeling done. Should be able to take this engagement actually. Concussive shell is done, but stim is not. And with stim not being done, his zealot, you guys can see how he took no damage from that. So he's able to push back the Terran army. Fortunately, the Terran army is getting bigger now. He needs to warp in some fresh reinforcements. Once those are in, preferably some zealots and sentries. Once those are in, he should be able to deal with this, not a problem. So, warp, bitch, warp. There's his expand going down. Definitely dangerous to put expand down right when you're being attacked, but as long as it works, hey, whatever. Guardian shield, there we go. Definitely the guardian shield against the Terran player. I guess a few Marines were just killed there. Let's see if we can just lost real fast. Not bad, tied. Red is a little bit farther behind, even though he gained 25 minerals overall. Red is a little bit farther behind in the overall sense of things, even though he's expanding first. So Blue's got a good chance of just breaking through the Protoss army and taking the base. And unfortunately, Wave is warping in more stalkers. And this is really bad army composition, especially against Terran. You can see how some Protoss players will warp in zealots, and as soon as there goes the stem. He was waiting for the stem to finish. Now that stem's done, he doesn't have enough energy for the guardian shield. The zealots are taking the damage like they should, but now he's got no more zealots left. The stalkers are going to get completely obliterated. Good army size. I think they'll do okay, especially because the stem is worn off. Yeah, so I think they'll be able to about tie. If these guys were up here, though, it'd be over. And so you guys can see how important those zealots are. So important against any race. There's gotta use good focus fire. So stalkers are really good supporters of micro. As long as you micro them well, they can do well. So the expand's going down for red. It's almost done. Blue doesn't have his expand up. He does have enough to expand, so he should probably expand soon. We've got a robotics going down for name waveshocker. And this is part. I saw this in the preload. This is really, really dangerous. The moving of probes over right when you finish aggression like that. If you don't know what your opponent is doing, if he expanded, moving the probes is fine. But you guys can see how red doesn't have any minerals and he doesn't have any army right now. He's moving over all those and then making two assimilators for some reason. Moving all those probes over, he couldn't mine any minerals while they were moving. So if the blue Terran decided not to expand and just attack, he could have completely destroyed the Protoss player. A little risky, but at least he's getting his observer out to see what's going on. Observers are now cheaper, actually, since my last cast. I think it was my last cast. 25.75. I've always wanted that change. I like observers. They're cool. Other changes, hallucination, 80 seconds from 110. And air units, Phoenix airtime, I think is like, it was 45, now it's 35. Void rates have a bonus 20% to massive. I hope I get that right. I do prize my ability to remember dumb numbers like that. Like capital G, 6.73 times 10 to the negative 11. I think that's right. Mass of the Sun, 1.99 times 10 to the 30th. I think that's right. Because these are honestly things I'm coming out off the top of my head. Now, this is weird. Waveshocker's getting a Twilight Council and a Forge. And considering how Zealot... I almost said Phoenix. How many Stalkers he has. Plus 1 weapons. Not that strong. I mean, the plus 1 weapons, of course, it's a bonus, and you do want it, but for Stalker-heavy armies, it doesn't benefit them as much as it would for Sentries or Zealots. And so the Twilight Council could probably be used for Blink. The Forge may be for cannons, but I greatly doubt that doesn't... Well, I mean, it's not that I doubt it's a possibility, it just doesn't really make sense. And so he's getting Colossus, Blink or Charge. I hope he gets Blink, or he's going to work on plus 2 weapons in the near future. And so we can see, if we compare army size, yeah, Red's got the gas right there, because he's got these expensive sentries, but he's got poor army composition, A, and B, his tech is everywhere right now, so he's got, even though he's ahead of expansion, his army's not looking a lot better, especially because it's just Stalkers going on. And this is pretty deadly MM going on. We also have a tech lab, which is interesting. Get rid of that, switch back to production. There's that plus one weapons I was talking about. You guys think I'm crazy. What are you going to make, buddy? Just show us. Show us. Build something. I guess he can't build anything. Must be that transfer workers thing. The, yeah, plus one weapons. Not using the Twilight Council. You don't want to get a building and not use it for anything. I mean, if you got stuff to waste, sometimes if you want to prepare for like making High Templar, you do. But generally, you don't want to make a building and then just not use it at all. Unless you're Zerg, you guys don't even use your freaking buildings. I made a roach warren. It doesn't do anything. Engineering Bay going down. Could see some plus one weapons. I do like me some upgrades. I just love upgrades. I don't know why. Why fight with superior numbers when you can fight with superior firepower, right, fellas? Getting the ELT, ETL, ELO right there. 2 robotics. So I was watching this as a preload. 4 gates, 2 robotics. A forge going nuts here. Getting probably working on +2. I hope that's what the Twilight's for. At least it has to have a little purpose. What in the world? Oh yeah, that's what Blue's getting. He is getting Banshees. Why did that not come to my brain? I really wanted to see a Raven. Sorry guys. I'm like, he's totally going to get a Raven. Ravens are so cool. I love Ravens. La la la. Of course he's not going to get a Raven. Charge is being done, which makes me freaking sick. What the hell? Blink is cheaper and you have only Stalkers. I mean, I support charge lots. They're better than blank Stalkers against MM. But he doesn't have enough Zealots to really warrant the purchase of such an expensive upgrade, especially when his army's not looking so hot. In terms of size, if we just look, I fit in this little tiny box. And if we look at the Blues army, it's, well, Marines are smaller and they fit in the same size box. So, you do the math. You guys do the math. +1 is almost done. Won't really benefit the Stalkers that much. And there is a Colossus. He will have extended thermal lance, not too far off. Both players kind of macroing up. I think Red is... if I was in Red's position, I saw what Blue was doing, I'd try to expand. It's not easy to expand on this map, but I take out the rocks and then I'd expand. Or I could secret expand, which is it can be dangerous. Other than that, though, let's take a look at Blue. I've been focusing on Red because I just love Protoss. I like Blue's evil symbol here. You guys can see how it's probably saying something in like an ancient language. You will die here. 3 racks is going on. Waiting for that cloak. I almost called it blank. Man, my upgrades are just messed up today. Could see some siege things. I think that's just a random tech lab there. Maybe for more Banshee play in the future. Like getting just more Banshees. Poor probe dying there for some reason. I have no idea why the probe was trying to scout. Oh, there goes the observer. See, if he hadn't moved his probe over, he wouldn't have lost the observer. Getting +1 weapons, that is exactly what it's for. Nice to see that. +2 weapons is getting done, and as well as charge. And with his build of minerals, I actually would say chrono boost. Yeah, needs to chrono boost these warp gates and just get zealots out. And probably a couple more sentries. They do. He has enough for guardian shield, so not bad. Those 2 Marines are gonna get completely obliterated. Those poor little bitches. Marines don't deserve happiness. So he's trying to attack with the charge. His army positioning is really poor. He actually needs this, even though they will have charge, he needs them in the front right now. And of course, if he gets his Colossus up there out of position, he will fucking die. See, this is a, you definitely do not want this going on. This is horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And of course, the ones that get through are just going to get completely owned by one shot. Boom. Boom, headshot. And then there's no guardian shield going on. Colossus is doing work, son. And he does have +1 weapons done, so it does actually more damage. I don't know if it does any less attacks, but it does do more damage. It looks more. Zealot's finally getting positioned. You guys can see lack of micro by that Colossus. If he had microed it, he could have done better, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, you need Zealots in front, buddy. And then you don't just stand there and die. So that's definitely a good example of how Terran MM is overpowered. Completely showcased it. The even bases, completely even macro failage. I mean, they're exactly the same. I'm a bitch like that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. I will honestly, I'm going to just play a game right afterwards. I got a message too. Play a game right after this with anybody. So, thank you guys for your time, and I appreciate your views.